Well, we're back at the sea terminal here. This building, I mean, over its past many uses. I remember the Crow's Nest restaurant. I remember John Quaye, do you remember all that as well?
I do, yes. I remember Carlo there.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
very good.
But we're talking to you today because you've been going to the media over the last few weeks expressing concern about the future of a bus station, somewhere where people can, obviously get their buses, but also a place where they can relax as well. And you keep coming back to this idea, this is the place.
This definitely is the place. It was originally built as a passenger terminal, and that's what it should be used for. There's been calls to build a new passenger interchange just up the road here in Lord Street. And I don't see the need to spend all that money on duplicating a facility. This facility here is excellent. I've just been inside it now. There's half a dozen people in it. It's what time of the day? It's 11 o'clock in the morning. The facility's underused, but the heating's on, the lighting's on, the cleaners are doing their duty. There's very nice facilities. There's a cafe there and there's a shop there. It's the obvious choice. And the other good thing about it is that there's a vast amount of land around here, which unfortunately is used for car parking. If the cars were dismissed from the site, it would make an excellent bus interchange. And what could be better than having the ferry arrive, you get off the ferry and you can get straight on the bus.
Because, this is not all just people using the sea terminal, this is people working at the sea terminal, isn't it, all these cars?
Well, that's right, and of course there's a call for Douglas Corporation to build a new car park just up the road here in Lord Street. I don't know how many spaces it'll have, several hundred I would have thought. And also I believe there's another car park proposed at the top of the harbour. I think we should make car parking in Douglas, long-term parking in Douglas, more expensive, encourage people to use the buses. And what could be better than having a proper purpose-built facility?
Well, it was in July last year that the proposals were first put up, and we got this map which they showed the centre of town. They took us Marks and Spencer, and they drew a ring around it saying this is the area that people would be prepared to walk to. And this does come within that area, but really it's been dismissed by them already, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, but it's easily solved. Just make sure that every bus that travels if this became the passenger terminal, every bus that travels here, the travel would be free within a certain zone. We call it the red zone in Douglas, and it's perhaps a half a mile radius from here. So hop on, hop off, and then catch the bus to your final destination. Easily solved. It needs a bit of thought, and I would imagine if we could get somebody to do a proper survey of how many passengers are waiting in the cold, in the rain, in the drafts up in Lord Street, and how many people are here, it's just too obvious.
Now, the next few weeks, I believe you're going to have an appointment with Travel Watch. You're going to be making a presentation.
I was asked to make a presentation to Travel Watch, but unfortunately I'm away, so I can't do that on this occasion. But hopefully this interview might be played at the event.
Well, you've been to the press, and you're certainly keeping the pressure on here because you are a well-known businessman. I mean, is this just so obvious it's just ridiculous in your view?
It is, yes. If I owned the bus company and Lord Street and the sea terminal, I would be disposing of the Lord Street at a high value, and I would be sweating my asset of this excellent building here. It's empty for most of the day. The only time it's busy is in the morning when the ferry departs and in the evening when the ferry arrives, and that's for most of the year, perhaps 8 months of the year. A little bit busier in the summer, but it's built to cope with the large number of people. Don't forget, when the old steam packet vessels arrived, they had 2,000 passengers on. We're only carrying 600 or 700 on the Ben McCree and the Manannan, and most of them arrive in cars, so there's probably only a couple of hundred foot passengers mingling in with the bus passengers. It's a no-brainer.